Switch, good luck at that fun. We got ourselves, boys. We got ourselves Team Red Arthus. How you doing, my boy? How you doing, my man? Looking like little Arthus. I like it. I like it. We got ourselves OZ. We got ourselves God going up first. What is this? Superman Mog is going on versus Zakati. Going to be catching a 2.0. Zakati going to go for that Maledict a little bit early. AMS coming in for Zakati right now. Was that a Maledict onto iGod? Might have been his Maledict. iGod getting close to the execute range. Needs to get that range regen up and running. Wants to range Zakati on Team Red. As soon as he goes down, if he does go down, does get a red regen. Charge comes in off of Zakati. Does get hit with a Maledict. Is going to get through that Maledict pretty quickly. Warlock Hudson coming out right after. Disarm coming in onto Zakati. Charge and continuing on. I do want to introduce the rest of the guys real quick. We got ourselves also Kryer. We got ourselves Azeroth. On Team Blue, we also got Aaman. We got ourselves JV. We got ourselves Tori. We got ourselves Warky. Back to the duel. It's going to be iGod versus Zakati. Sorry, I want to say catch again. Look at this guy. It actually is Superman Mog. He's going to Blaze Storm in case Zakati gets try to go for a stun. Zakati has a lot of cooldowns back up. iGod, though, not looking that good. It's going to take a page out of Katrikan's book. And charge pets. There's one pet that's going to be always a distance, so if you need to get a charge heal, that pet would be the guy to get a charge off, especially if Zakati is not giving it a heal. Is not giving those charges. Stun coming in until iGod. Necrotics is stacking up for Zakati. Second stun by the pet. Try to see if you can chain him. Disarm coming in for Zakati. So that's going to be a good portion of the damage he's not going to go for. iGod is going to go for that commanding shout right now. Trying to get himself a little bit more health. Does get a charge as Zakati. Still counts for a heal. Transfusion coming in for Zakati. More Necrotics stacking up until iGod. Lots of damage going out. And down he goes with the Apocalypse. The Army of the Dead joining the fight. Next up is going to be Arthus. Here to purge Stratham and purge Zakati, the furry that is attacking Stratham. I guess I don't really know. I'm not a lore guy. I don't even know how to construct lore. Necrotics is stacking up on Arthus pretty early on. Zakati, Lichborn is down, so that's one big defensive. Shield of Vengeance coming up. Zakati could get that shield to pop in his face. Maybe Shield of Vengeance. Sails wings up and around, so it's going to be a massive pop. And oh my god, takes out so much of his health. Zakati still trucking along, just going to pop himself. Dark Pact and continue ticking. That's going to be Arthus trying to bail out of there. Fully Necrotic out. Is going to need to go for heals. Flash of Light. It doesn't even break Necrotic. Doesn't even break Necrotic. Just to bubble it. No! Decided to use something else in a global and didn't quite get the bubble off. You see his heal? He popped a Flash of Light. Did nothing. So much Necrotic sect up for Zakati. Pretty necrotic and pretty early on. That's going to be OZ up next. Wings up and running. Zakati has nothing. AMS available. Does get a transfusion up and running pretty early on. Jillivan's coming in for OZ though. Zakati can at least kind of leech some health from him without really going down. AMS coming in as a shield is about to pop and doesn't think pop away from him, it looked like. Stun onto OZ. Pressuring him so much. Bubble coming out of OZ as he fell. Just so much damage coming in from Outboy Zakati. Then Holy Death Knight damage is insane. But that's going to be OZ, still with cooldown, still trucking along. Does he play Crusader? It looked like somebody was playing Crusader. Wow, Team Red's actually getting cleaved on pretty quickly. I like a short shorts though. Look at that. It makes your ass look good. Makes your ass look good, boy. Does get a Hodge of Zakati. Lichborn's out of it. Does Zakati have anything to heal off this? That could be the pally damage to cleave him down. Does get the army, and as he gets transfusion up and running, down he goes. Next up is going to be Tori, trying to see if he can make a play off of that. As two people went down on Team Red. Tori is going to be the second guy on Team Blue. I bet a Bop is going to stop a lot of his damage though, but Tori is not going to have to deal with that damage once Bop is down. OZ still does need to get a setup onto Tori. Vivifies it coming out for a cool Chiramunkus. Doing a pretty good job maintaining himself for now. Also, your belt looks a little bit funky. Anybody notice that? But as when he moves, his belt looks a little bit funky. I hope they fix that in the future. Oh, is he actually going to disarm on that Hodge? Couldn't do a lot of damage, so that was actually really good play for Tori. I wonder if you timed it. No Bop, no Bubble available. OZ, oh, he has a Shield of Vengeance. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive, though. That Touch of Death is going to tick down on him. Does he want to make that? Oh, my God. That shield ticked down very quickly. I wonder if OZ maybe wants to make that Shield of Vengeance into an offensive. You know, get an execution sentence. Maybe a minute-long wings onto Tori, but it doesn't look like he wanted to. Mostly just a defensive play. Just a defensive play. You know what? He kind of looks like Taric from League of Legends. Is it Taric? The Crystal Paladin, whatever guy. He kind of looks like him. You know, the crown, all purple and shit. Short shorts, hot pants. Kind of reminds me of him. Let's go with Tori behind the wall. Both of these guys are going to go for massive heals right now. No dampening quite yet. So this duel is going to last quite a while. Hodge coming down. Does OZ have anything? No, going to see a trinket out Tori though. So that's a pretty good position to be in. Unless Tori has a setup right now. Shield. What are we looking on shields? We're actually seeing Tori going to go for Serenity. Big damage coming out. Is that enough to lock out OZ? That's a massive Fist of Fury. Lots of damage. Big kick is going to get Dragon Kick back in there. Trying to see if he can maybe land another Fist of Fury afterwards. Is he going to be able to? The kicks are continuing to come out. Wings out for OZ. Big Fist of Fury to lock him down right now. Still has him. Health going down. Does take out the Paladin. Very well done, Tori. Very well done, my man. Kryer is getting up in there, man. Gonna get a root onto Tori. Needs to get him out in the open. PvP off the bat. Kryer is gonna go for the big damage. Try to see if he can land that range onto Tori, into a stun, into a... Oh, what is that? I think Cataclysm? I think it was Cataclysm. I was expecting another Casbolt to come out, but I guess he wouldn't have the resources for it. Getting locked down a fear. Casbolts are still free to fly. That's gonna be Karma for Tori, though. So it's gonna heal him up a little bit. 5% dampen, so it's gonna be full-time Karma. Full duration, full value Karma, mostly. Still gonna land a few Vilifies. Kryer needs to be saving up cooldowns for the next person. He can take out Tori. And he does catch him out in the middle of the open. Is he gonna go for the big setup? Waiting for his PvP to be almost done. He's gonna go into Cataclysm. Off of that Conflagrate with the Chaos Bolt. He's gonna send an Incinerate flying. Tori, another Conflag to keep him rolling. Jesus Christ, he can just chunk out so much of his health. If Tori is just caught out in the middle of nowhere. Every 30 seconds, I think, for the PvP. That's still nutty. And I guess Kryer can get it done with a Horror effect into a Fear as well. Horror into a Fear, full Fear, Casbolt to follow. Does he get Incinerated as well? Into an Immolate. Tori is going to pop a big defensive against Magic. And he's going to try to get himself at Kryer. He's going to go for Drain Life. Tori is going to go for damage. Such a death coming down to Kryer. Is that going to be enough to do it? Kryer is going to take a lot of damage. It's going to be big Serenity, big damage. Into a lockout, into Kryer, onto one of the spells. Touch Death is going to take. Kryer is still looking healthy. Tori, on the other hand, not by much. But he did take out a good chunk out of Kryer. Does get him rooted out into an Immolate. Does land that Immolate. Is that going to be enough to kill Tori? No. Vilifies to keep him afloat. The pet is going to get in there and whip him into shape. 12% dampening. Pets to see to the side. And I think this is going to be the last kill to ever see. Immolate. No, this goes for a Conflagrate. Goes for a second Conflag. Third Conflag, I think. I don't know what abilities he had, really. He did throw some spells out. I didn't know what would. Warky is up next. Can Kryer go against 3 more people, man? We got JV, we got Aaman, we got Warky. This is gonna be kind of hard. Is given the honor duel though. Needs to separate his cooldowns a little bit better if he wants to make a play here. Good luck, have fun, both of them. Warky is gonna give a nice bow. I wonder if Warky is gonna go play in the catch and play style with a double charge, if he's gonna go for that stun. I wonder if he also has a reflect, seeing that the 2 enemies on Team Red were a Warlock and a Mage. So we'll see in just a bit. Aleph, I wonder if they'll ever get to play. If Kryer doesn't get locked out here. That's going to be PvP off the bat. You're going to get away from Warky so you can get some distance. Bob is on some cooldowns right now. Could go for the big Infernal. Shadow Fury off of that into a Cataclysm. That's a big Casbolt taking down Warky. Big dot sticking down on him, dropping him to more than half health. Big Conflagrate. Shrink coming out for Kryer into a Horror effect to the Warky. Casbolt to follow. Does land a massive reflect. That's going to be reflecting back to Kryer. That's going to go for that block port right now. Using all that mobility to deal with Warky. As Warky does have enraged regen. Going to snag that enraged regen from the pet. Going to be able to only get one of those. Try to see if he can land a Casbolt around the corner. Not going to happen. And Warky already popped his trinket. Popped everything that he needed in order to survive this. Will he have enough? Kryer is still holding on to the Infernal if he ever needs to. No trinket for a while available if he needs to as well. And always that PvP. PvP coming in as Warky, try to get a setup going. It's going to be put up again. It's going to be another change to see by Kryer. Cataclysm, no Casbolt. Is going to go for a Conflagrate into a Casbolt. Does land reflect. No, cancels that Casbolt. Very well done. Forced out. Infernal dropping in for the fight. It's going to be massive Casbolt. Should work it. As Kryer have the resources to maybe get more damage out. It's going to be a Horror effect into another Casbolt. Going to do more. Every Casbolt he's going to throw at him does even more and more damage. Another Casbolt with a Conflag to follow. Warky does go down as he tried to get in there. Last ditch effort, last ditch attempt, down he goes. JV is survival. He's going to try to get in there on Kryer. Does want to wait out for that Infernal. Kryer realizes that he's like, I'm going to get in there, man. I'm going to get at you, boy. The JV is going to dismount, get the pet up in there. No more Infernal. Kryer does have Dark Soul coming up in about 23 seconds. Chicken in about 30 seconds. There's going to be camo for JV. Wants to make sure he lands the open onto Kryer. Kryer wants to say mobile. JV does get to open up, gets a slow into Kryer. Kryer is going to get a conflag on him into Cataclysm. He does try to go for feign death. Still lands on Cataclysm though. Into Fear. Lands on Fear into Chasm. Trinkets out of it and bails out of there. No, how did that still land? That was so behind the wall. Kryer is literally cheating with those Chaos Bolts, man. Pet CC to follow. Kryer, does he have the angle? He does. He's gonna go for a big drag, the Dark Soul right now. Immolate to follow. Does he have the horror? Does have the horror effect. Is that gonna be it to lock out JV? It's gonna be Maledict as well. Oh my god, the Maledict flying midair was enough to help him do the damage. Extra crit damage is gonna be Fears onto Atheman. Chaos Bolts to follow. Atheman adaptation has been triggered right now. Won't have it for quite a while. Nice change of mug, by the way, my man. Shadow Fear to fall into another Chaos Bolt to the face. Dropping him down to about half health. He's gonna get a massive Cataclysm. Shield of Vengeance coming out a little bit early. Wants to get the wings up and running. Wants to make that shield massive for Atheman, but the pet CC is going to take those dots off. No way for Atheman to deal with it besides popping a big cooldown. That's going to be Kryer getting bail out of there. Shield of Vengeance popping out in the middle of nowhere. Wall coming in for Kryer so he can get those spells out. He's going to go for back-to-back Chaos Bolts. Incinerate just trying to cook Atheman up right now. Into a horror effect off of that Hodge. Trinkets out of that Hodge though. Chaos Bolt to follow. Does force out a bubble out of Atheman as his one defensive against Kryer. The bop is not going to do anything. If anything, it's going to allow him to at least take less physical damage from the pet, but that's about it. Kryer has himself in a good spot. No wall available. Infernal coming in about 40 seconds. Atheman, adaptation available, so next CC is not going to be able to be CC'd. That's something Kryer needs to be aware of though. Next pet CC or a Fear, it is not going to be full direction. It is going to break on impact. Atheman still also has minute-long wings. Kryer doesn't have full health either. That's something Atheman could capitalize on. As Kryer is trying to get some range from Atho, does land a slow on him. Is going to go for a Fear, pet CC into adaptation. He's going to get that horror effect in there. He's going to get the Fear back-to-back. Chaos Bolts are going to be flying from a distance. Atheman is going to bail out of there. Line of sighting to get some heals, but doesn't want to get too far away from Kryer. This duel could be anyone's right now. It's going to be Infernal and Dark Soul available for Kryer very, very soon. Could obliterate Atheman, especially if Atheman is away from line of sight, out in the open, and Kryer is able to get the Chaos Bolts in there. Atheman has big wings. That's about all he's got going on right now. That's going to be still adaptation available for Atheman, it looks like. I guess he's got it back pretty early. If Kryer can just land him into CC chain, he'll be in a good spot. He's going to get this Warlock House Stuns. Atheman needs to go for some heals right now. Needs to maintain his health. Kryer, the longer this game goes, he's going to have a trinket back up. Maybe if this game goes a little bit longer, might even have wall. Atheman, no bubble. Shield of Vengeance does have it. You could turn around and use a Shield of Vengeance offensively. So this game could be anyone's, honestly. It's going to come down to this, though. Infernal coming down. Atheman trying to bail out of it. That's going to be a horror effect, though. Kryer is going to break out that adaptation with a Fear. Chaos Bolt still hits around the corner. Lots of damage as Kryer has full cooldowns rolling. Atheman could go for some wings right now. That's going to pet CC with a Chaos Bolt to follow into. No, it does get a Hodge. Trick it out for Kryer. Shield of Vengeance up and running, but it's more defensive shield right now. Flash of light. Shield pops so early. Shadow Fear to follow. Stuns him. Chaos Bolt to finish it off. And Kryer taken out. He wins it all, boys. He wins it all. He was the craziest Warlock I know. Big damage. Big Chaos Bolts. Taking his time, playing the game, and taking them all out one by one. Plucking the team apart. Hell yeah, my boy. I like it, my man. I like it.